Corner offsets from the corner. So for this particular problem, we're going to try to figure out the piping using these measurements from the corner all the way down to our pipe. Okay, so we need to solve for A. So the numbers we're working with first are going to be the 215, the 304, and the 55. Okay, we're going to be building a triangle that extends from this corner all the way down. It's going to run along the center of our pipe here, and it's going to come back to the corner. Then we'll add another thicker line to go down the middle, and we're cutting that triangle in half, creating a right angle right here, and a 45-degree angle up top and on the bottom. What we know about 45-degree triangles is that the run and the offset will always be equal to one another. So in this case, I have 215 plus 304 plus 55 equaling 574. Okay, so I'll write that down as 215 plus 304 plus 55. And that represents the distance from our pipe to the corner over here. That is the run or offset of our 45-degree triangle. So that equals 574, but I have two of these triangles. I would have one here and my second one down here, like this. So I can take that number times 2. So my 574 times 2 means that I have a total distance for the purple line that goes across my pipe of 1148. So let's look at the bottom here. This distance here from the wall to the center of my 45, I'm given 188. Same thing, I have a right angle triangle with 45 degrees. To find my travel or hypotenuse, I need to do 188 times 1.414. And that gives me an answer of 200, and we'll round it to 66. On the top, I have a triangle I'll do in green. I'm given a distance, an offset of 290. Again, this is a right angle triangle, 45 degrees. I need to figure out what the hypotenuse is, or the travel. So I need to do 290 times 1.414 to get 410. So when we're looking at this triangle, my purple line represents from the outside corner all the way down our pipe to the opposite corner. So now I need to minus my 266, and I need to minus my 410. So on our calculators, I have 1148 minus 266 minus 410. That means that I have a length of A equal to 472. Now, if I wanted to do this in one step, I could begin like this. I would open a bracket on my calculator. I will type in my 215 plus 304 plus 55, close the bracket, times 2, minus, open a bracket, 188 plus 290, close the bracket, and times by 1.414 equals. So on my calculator, I open a bracket, I type in 215 plus 304 plus 55. Then I close the bracket. 574 is inside the brackets, times 2. minus, so I have my 1148 in total, open a bracket, 188 plus 290, close the bracket. So I have a total length of the outside of our triangle, our runs or offsets, of 478 times 1.414 equals. So that gives me a final answer of 472, which matches our previous answer. The process behind this first step is simply to find our purple line end to end. Because of the order of operations, we can punch this in exactly as shown, and it will give us our proper number of 1148. Then when we hit minus and open the bracket, we're telling our calculator that this step has to happen first. So the 188 plus 290, and we close the bracket, it adds this green offset or run to this red one down here. And then when I multiply, this multiplication happens before the subtraction here, which then gives us our hypotenuse for both those triangles. So we end up with our 1148 minus our 676 to give us our 472.